welcome to JTV's Game of the Week. I'm Brian Martingano.
And I'm Harry Ferrone.
And today we have a field hockey matchup between the Jackson Memorial Jaguars and the Brick Township Dragons.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it is an absolutely fantastic, perfect weather day here for field hockey in mid-September.
It absolutely is, and now there's only one complaint about this field for us was usually the fact that the sun is always in our eyes, but we did switch sides this time, so hopefully shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, hopefully we're hoping that the images we get you today have a little less of a sun glare on them. But again, certainly happy to be here. We're a couple of weeks into the school year so far, and you know, things seem to be moving forward. You know, we do have, you know, quarantines here and there, but so far so good, and it's great to look out on this field right now, and I'm looking at two teams with 30-plus players on them. So certainly a great opportunity for athletes to get back on the field right now in September and enjoy some friendly competition here.
Yeah, and walking around to get here, there's plenty of sports going on here at Memorial, and you know, it's always nice to see when you see days like this where there's just games everywhere, and it's a Monday, so you'd think these teams are going to have multiple games, multiple practices over the course of this week.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. As we can look out across the field on this campus and see that there are soccer games going on in one direction, tennis match down in the front of the building. There's just all kinds of activity. You are probably 100% right about that, Bri. Now this is a pretty big A-South matchup here between the Dragons and the Jags. You can hear Bricktown pretty fired up here before the game's getting underway here, and both teams walking out onto the field right now as we get set to get things underway. We've got 3 cameras plus our drone out for you today. Actually, there's an extra one in the middle too. I guess that makes 5 cameras.
Yeah, we got 5. We got everything going.
We do, and I can tell looking at the images so far, the sun behind us is good already. Hey, when you turn that microphone that way,
And just a little bit of a breeze going on, and should it be good. As we get ready to start the action. Memorial gonna start off with possession. Almost a good block there.
All right, here we are underway. Pretty nice pass there.
And this is one of those sports that it seems like coaches have a lot of influence on, and especially in a situation like this, in a big open field with not a lot of talking going on, they seem to be able to just shout out instructions to their team. So
yeah, and it's a pretty helpful, you know, situation for the players too, that, you know, plays can be set up here as they go. Can see here that's the Dragon defense. That's number 13, Rebecca Rusalesi there is going to put this ball into play here. Lots of rules in field hockey. They got a lot of play stoppage here for an assortment of rules that
and have Jackson Memorial putting out a lot of the pressure here early, trying to make some plays towards the middle. So far, haven't been able to come up with much. Right. Brick Memorial gonna get away again as Dragon's gonna be looking to push forward.
These field hockey girls, these players, definitely, this is a tough breed, field hockey. Pretty physical sport. You got to be super fit for it. You're bent over pretty much the whole game here, which is not easy on the body there.
Yeah.
It's Molly Hewitt putting the ball in play here, but pretty tough stick too.
And it's one of those, it's a physical sport that you almost wouldn't think it would be, but it definitely is, and no question, it starts to show later, especially some of the players that stay in for the majority or the entirety of the game. You can really start to see it wear down.
Yeah, and you know what? It's a skill. This is a pretty heavy skill sport too. All the stick work here, you'll see. This is a great time for us to be talking about it too, as the Brick Dragon team doing a nice job of moving that ball around. The skill work though is takes quite a bit. That's number 11. Looks like Caitlin Goldsmith there putting the ball in play for Brick.
And good hit there, and that's one thing that's different from a lot of other sports. Like in soccer, you can have those clears that go all the way down the field. Field hockey, you got to work for every inch, and there's not many breakaways. It's just the ability.
Yeah, it's so hard. And here's the other thing you don't think about here, folks, as you're watching this, if you're new to field hockey, is this ground is by no means perfectly level.
No.
So they're trying to, like here, dribble the ball downfield, and the ball is bouncing all over the place. The hand-eye coordination and skill work needed to play this sport is pretty high. Huh? Some nice stick work there.
And another thing I am noticing is that the Jackson Memorial bench does seem to have a lot more people on it, and it could be that it's a home game, but also you wonder how many substitutions they're going to make, and could an influx of new players bring up the tempo at some point?
Right, yeah, for sure. You're right, as a home game, there could be some extra JV players on the bench for this. A lot of home teams have a tendency to do that.
And the Dragons were able to find themselves upfield for a little bit, but weren't quite able to get anything done with it. Memorial back again on the pressure, but really no shots coming through so far. Been a lot of back and forth as the Dragons gonna get somewhat away from it. A little bit of miss there by the Jags. Once again, passed up and making a good run out of this.
Yeah, I mean, there's 9:23 left, and in this first one here, and it's been pretty much the Memorial teams managed to keep the ball down this end of the field for most of this first period. And that ball's going to go out of bounds.
But as always, we've seen in a lot of sports, including this one, where a team spends the entire time on attack and doesn't score, and the team that's been defending the entire time gets one breakaway, scores, and wins the game off of it. It really depends on the teams, because some teams you end up with 10-10 games, and some it's 0-1, and it could be the same two teams, and it's just how they decide to play it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, after the first 6 minutes, I feel like this is going to be a relatively even contest here. I mean, 6 minutes in, nobody's scored yet, and the ball really hasn't been very close to either one of the goals yet.
Yeah, Memorial started off with a bit more pressure, but a few of the adjustments that the Dragons coach seems to be making seem to have worked, and they've been able to keep them more away from the net.
Here we can see Memorial offense moving downfield. That's number 8, Ava Smock. Okay. Goldsmith Little stick violation there. Probably came a little too high. Putting the ball in play here for Memorial. That's number 16.
Nicole Papalardo. And not able to get the hit off there. Memorial now trying to keep the pressure on. The Dragons doing a little bit of backwards passing. And now Jackson Memorial, once again, keeping the pressure up. Going to be looking to get it down the side.
Oh, good defense there.
As always, and now Memorial going to be looking to make a play on the inside.
A nice crossed. Oh, shot on goal. That ball's going to chop. Goes through the middle. Believe there was a whistle blow before the score, though. We're going to have to wait and see. Did you hear a whistle beforehand?
I thought I did, but the way that it looks like they're moving,
ball's
I don't
coming
believe
out.
So, once again, that's a lucky break for the Dragons, but the Dragons.
Oh, wait. Nope.
Who?
They're on my crew, but they're not working for me today.
So they're not yours?
Oh, I'll go talk to them. Oh, technically they're not mine, but they're mine.
And now, as play starts again, and a little bit of mix up there on the replay, but Memorial gonna have control of the ball. And now Memorial with the lead. Probably going to want to keep up this aggression, especially in this first half, and get it going here. It's got a little bit of confusion going on, but and Dragons starting to put on a little bit more pressure. Memorial now with this lead, they're probably going to be looking to aggress again. They're going to want to score 2 or 3 more, especially before the end of this first half. But
All right, look, Memorial up 1-0 here. 4:35 left to play here. Looks like Brick finally threatening a little here.
yeah, and sometimes it just takes a little bit of a push, maybe a substitution, just getting new people in there, trying to change it up a little bit, but let it go out. I believe that'll be Dragons ball, and Dragons once again putting up the pressure. Good hit across the middle. I believe that'll be high stick. And
Nice pass.
Jags have a little bit of offensive pressure again, and they're going to be looking to capitalize here. At least keep it forward.
Ball gets passed back out to the wing.
Good hit out to the side. Memorial once again keeping up the pressure. And few inside passes. The Dragons are able to get control just for a second.
Yeah, that Dragon defense holds there.
Once again, the Jags on the doorstep trying to get in there, and it's shaping up to be an interesting game. And once again, it'll take 1 or 2 more breakaways for the Dragons, and they'll be able to probably put a point on the board. And once again here, she's just not able to keep up the pace enough, but a lot of these penalties seem to not affect the tempo a lot. If anything, they give the attacking team more time to move people downfield.
Yeah, they do. And Rachel Winscoop there for the Dragons.
And Memorial once again getting control, trying to move down the side. Good pass up the middle. Able to keep moving it forward. Now has a little bit of time. Makes a pass towards the inside. No one quite there to receive it.
Nobody there. That was a good pass to the open space, though. Jags just not taking advantage there.
And
Goldsmith.
The Dragons continuing to look to make a play. Want to keep this going, and
Turned over to Jag ball. Vasilesi trying to move it back. Success last time when they went across the middle, but that ball got stopped. And that is going to be a Jaguar ball.
Jaguars with almost everybody up, only one person and the goalie back.
With some good stick work there. Looking, nope. Dragon ball.
Jags once again with possession, looking to move it up, and looks like that will go to the Dragons. Memorial continuing to push forward, 25 seconds left.
Ooh, that one's cleared. Gets pretty far down the field.
And they're going to be making their way down the side as the clock goes out. Memorial with most of the possession, I believe. And we will be right back. We have a few issues to solve, but we will be back for the continuation of play.
I wait here by the curb when my old friend heard, hoping for bottles and cans to fill my car. Plastic's alright, cardboard's a delight. When you recycle, you're doing your part. Surround up all you can.
welcome back. Just had a few issues to solve there, and notice a few changes coming on from both sides. And the first quarter definitely went the Jaguars' way, but
Just a 1-0 game, though, right?
yeah, and it's definitely this is comebackable, and I wouldn't even say they're down by much. The Dragons just need to start putting on the pressure. Because even now, the Dragons have 4 back, where Memorial seems to send forward almost everyone. Now, Memorial going to be looking to clear it out of their half, and once again, this can be a game of inches. You just want to slowly inch forward, keep the pressure up.
Teams don't switch ends until the second half, so the Jags still heading in this same direction, in case you're curious. Goldsmith takes that one away. Tell you what, after watching field hockey for all the years that we've been covering these games, I'm still amazed that they don't wear full face masks.
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing that they're going to try to sell is that the sticks should never even get high anyway.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit rough, especially when you have the ball, you have to bend down pretty far, especially for some of the taller people in this game seem to have maybe a little bit of a disadvantage, is the fact that they have to
absolutely
really bend down.
Shout out to my girl Julia Vega, who is about 4'7" on a good day. I know Julia would be pretty good at field hockey. Nice low center of gravity, right, Vega? Oh, here we go. Oh, nicely defended there by number 2 of the Dragons. That is Paula Cobain. May have saved a goal there. And this looks like it's going to be a free hit here for the Jags.
And with a pass
Feed it in.
Probably going to be looking to establish something rather than take a shot. Not quite getting what she wants there, and that'll be against the Jags. And the breeze starting to pick up here today, and actually not a bad time, especially at the end of the first quarter for them.
That's exactly what we were talking about right there, Brian. That stick probably came about 4 inches away from her nose there. Mr. Noble flying the drone for us and keeping everything working
semi-smoothly
in order today. Yeah, having some connectivity problems out on the field today with the internet, so a little bit of a challenge, but as a whole, a nice steal there. That's Leela McConnell.
And Jags just going to get possession back. They've seemed to dominate this half of the
Ball
field.
goes across the middle.
Right past the middle, a good save, and Dragons will get it.
Goalkeeper Penelope Wynn with a big foot save there. I don't know if you've gotten a look at those pads that the goalkeeper wears up close. Take a look at a replay here, Bri.
Yeah, and that's...
Oh, there it was right there. A foot save. I call it the kick save right there, you know?
Yeah, and that's another part that could go a little bit haywire. Kick save that ends up going into the air 20 feet. That.
Yeah, and you know what? People look at them and think that she's got a glove on her hand, but it's not a glove. It's just like a mitt that you block with. Yeah.
Now going to move to the outside. Look to hit it in. It's going to get a little bit away from her, and I believe that'll go out. 10 minutes left in this first half. And
still a pretty even contest. I mean, the Jags are up by 1, but
I'd say time of possession, the Jags have really been dominant, but really the amount of shots, it seems like the Jags have only put on 3 or 4, and the Dragons have put on 1 or 2 of their own.
Oh, tried to get that one out to the wing.
where different parts of the field could be a little bit different there. It looks like she got a little bit too much of it. And
no one in the neighborhood, so she can take a bigger swing at that.
a nice through ball there, able to push it down the sideline. Going to look for a pass in.
Some nice stick work there from Tony Scamardella.
And now the Jags looking to
Ava
get
Smock. Looks like a free hit.
It'll be a free hit for the Jags.
Oh, it's a corner. Now the corners are interesting. We saw one a few minutes ago there. We didn't do a very good job explaining it. So the ball's going to be placed here, and then the player is going to feed the ball in to players on the 18. And basically everybody, the defense, is in the goal, and they're going to come sprinting out there.
And all the rest of the players are on the midfield
And they're allowed.
line.
They're allowed out right after the ball gets hit.
And you can see the crowd of players coming in from the middle. So whatever the Jags wanted to do, they needed to do it fast, and they weren't quite able to.
Yeah, and another good example there too of the ball simply taking bad bounces as they're trying to gain control over it. It's just not easy.
Yeah, and we lucked out not having a lot of rain recently, but if you get a muddy field, it's not going to move at all.
No, it just kind of like goes and hits and sticks.
Yeah.
For sure. And then, you know, of course, when you're running on a muddy field with sticks, the fields just get beat up worse, and there end up being more divots and more bumps along the way. So certainly a challenge.
Yeah, that was one thing that I always kind of found interesting about sports was just the grounds crew, and because you don't think a lot goes into it, but a lot of it does, and especially, I mean, this is one of the nicer fields here. There's a few divots, but not much.
It is. This is a nice field. It's crowned nicely too, so when it does take water, it rolls off like it's supposed to the outside. Doesn't sit in the middle. Shout out, eh? So basically what we're saying is, shout out to the Jackson Memorial field crew. Looks like we've got another corner here. These corners are real scoring opportunities for the offense here. That one gets fed short. Shot on goal. Goes across the middle. Picked up by no. Oh, nicely defended there. That's Goldsmiths all over the field on defense.
And
Speaking of all over the field today, Taylor, our one of our JTV crew people, I've been nothing but sprinting around here all day. Another corner.
And you know, the Dragons bench is calling out to their teammates on the field to full sprint down the field, and you could see the fatigue in some of them where they're not really getting into that full sprint down the field, and that's where, you know, before the half.
Backed all the way up to half field.
It's a rough sprint.
Ball travels a good 20 yards.
And now going to move down the side, make a nice move there. Going to be looking to keep it forward. Able to keep it to herself as they're making major progress here. Breakaway, 2-on-1.
Shot on goal. Deflected by that Brick Dragon defense.
And I believe that'll be another corner. And once again, you could see how stamina of the Dragons could be fading away as they have to continuously run back to that midline and run back, especially if it ends up going back to another corner again.
Number 2, Ava Smock for the Jags. Oh.
Great hit down the side and got all of the ball there. And
That was a shot. It was
That's
a
one
little
of
bit
those-
wide, but
that's one of those dangerous ones where if it does hit a little divot in the ground, that could pop up, hit your ankle, and
sure. Well, not only that, if you're the goalkeeper, those bounces in the front are pretty awful too. You really need to have some quick reflexes there.
And a lot of people think about stuff like that in soccer, but it's in almost every sport that has to do with a field. I mean, even football, you see people trip and fall, especially more at away games.
Yeah, when you're not familiar with your home field. And talk about divots right there.
And good
Jaguar
one-on-one
free
going
hit.
on there, and the Jags are going to
Passed
take
off.
this one quickly, a little bit faster than I think the Dragons were expecting.
Oh, making
Gonna
her
move
way through.
Down the side.
Shot on goal, a little bit short. Misses wide right there, but not by much.
And that's one of those situations where if they get all
Take a look at this
shot.
replay here. And it just misses wide left.
That one, I question how much they practice shooting, because I'll say that there's not much to practice, but I wonder the verticality of some of the shots. Like, do many shots get above the black board in the goal?
I would have to think no. But I also think that probably a lot of their practice involves passes through the middle like this. Up, down on the ground, that's dangerous play. Play will be stopped, and that'll be a free hit for the Dragons. I think probably a lot of their practice works with passes through the middle to try and get as close to that goal as you can for these shots, because, again, anything that you hit on the ground is going to kind of ricochet and bounce every which way.
Yeah, and that one takes a high bounce.
The old double whistle there. And Goldsmith's going to have to come out. And a free hit here for the Jags.
Once again, though, a lot more Dragons in the middle than the Jags, and this is a dangerous pass back. If Dragons get control of it, they could get on a breakaway.
Yeah, field hockey games don't go very long without a whistle blow.
Yeah, they really don't, and that's another interesting thing is I wonder, you know, I feel like it's a lot easier to just continuously run than to keep stopping and going and stopping and going. It's got to be rough, and a lot of credit to them as we see double substitution coming in.
And that ball travels pretty far down the sideline. Our technician Keith today trying to keep our stream up and running here in some difficult situations.
That's always the thing with new equipment. When it works, it's great. When it doesn't, not so great.
That is equally the true with old equipment.
Yeah. I mean, we have a few old reliables here, including
we do.
you.
I will once again take the opportunity to sing praise to my dishwasher at home that has managed to survive. It is 25 years old. This Christmas, 25. Knock on wood for that one. That's quite the thing.
Memorial fighting to keep possession here. They are able to. Just about 2 minutes left.
Looking for
in
the
this first
cross,
half.
but
So we get a little bit of cloud cover getting on the field.
yeah, it takes our camera operators a second to adjust.
And the Dragons looking to make a rally here. Not much time left, so whatever they got to do, they're going to want to do pretty fast. Coming up on 1:20 left in the half.
Up. Memorial gets the ball back. Nope. Kylie Davison
Caitlin
fighting for ball control.
Goldschmidt is back in after a penalty, and not quite able to make a play down the side. Only a minute left, so got a question. Memorial's gonna want to put on the pressure, but Dragons might find a little bit of second wind here, try to push forward and even it up before the half.
45 seconds left to play. Third lunch.
Now they're going to move towards the side. The Dragons going to take control once again.
Applying some pressure late.
20
Ball's
seconds
cleared.
left. Dragons
No call.
maybe have,
Coach not very happy about that.
Dragons are going to have maybe one more attempt on net here. 10 seconds left, and the Jags are just going to clear it away. And doesn't look like much is going to happen here besides a Hail Mary shot, but clock is going to run out, and it's one of those situations where the Dragons got to feel a little bit robbed there. They finally start to put on some pressure in the half ends, but
all right, well, we're going to be heading into our halftime. So halfway into this one, we've got Jackson Memorial up 1-0 over the Brick Township Dragons here. Some big A-South varsity field hockey action. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in about 6 minutes. Enjoy the public service announcement.
I know it's our anniversary dinner. I'll be there in a couple minutes. I'll text you when I'm in the car. Bye, Mom. See you later.
Don't text and drive.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't see you.
You didn't stop.
I know, but my girlfriend, she's mad at me. I had to text her.
It's my first day of school. He's only 7.
I know, but I was looking down at my phone. I can't stop. I'm sorry.
Check.
Okay, I'm gonna bring this in right now.
Ooh. Sticks a little high there. Not too many middle schools. I would say maybe less than half of the middle schools in the NJSIAA Shore Conference have middle school field hockey teams. So for a lot of the athletes, the first time they're exposed to field hockey could be freshman year in high school.
yeah, and field hockey was always a big thing. It's one of the sports that it was talked about, I could say, almost evenly with baseball. And that was something that kind of surprised me is, you would assume that your big three would be basketball, football, and baseball, and they kind of are, but
I agree with you that field hockey is definitely one of the sports in the fall season, especially that gets a lot of attention and good-sized teams.
Yeah.
A lot of girls come out and play. I think a lot of it comes down to the atmospheres that the coaches create for the players. Building that sense of team is so important in a big team sport like field hockey, where you really are relying on each other to do your jobs.
Yeah, and I think it's also one of those things that I could see a lot of. One thing about field hockey is I noticed that most of the coaches didn't seem to be gym teachers like some of the other sports. They seem to just be, like I believe my freshman English teacher was the head coach for while I was in there, and it was.
Well, I remember a lot of field hockey players come from all walks of life. So, you know, the fact that you get teachers that are teaching different subjects, but also happen to be very into field hockey. It's one of those sports you have a real passion for. Oh, here's Bricks trying to get something going here offensively.
Proceeding to keep pressure. But 9 minutes left.
And that one looks like it's going to be a free hit here. Or, nope, looks like a corner. Yeah, that's number 2. Ava Smock, she seems to be taking all these. She's going to put this ball. Last time she went short, Bri. Let's see what she does here. She's going to go short again. Now look for a pass back to the middle. Sets up the shot.
And gonna look to slow it down a little bit. Maybe look for another pass. Not quite able to get it through, and looks like it will be a corner. And these corners can be deadly, and one thing that it seems like the Dragons coach is trying to enforce here is communication. She seems to be telling them that they don't seem to be communicating much, and can't really hear from here and can't really tell if the Jags are, but you'd assume that they are. And
yeah, Pappalardo took a shot there, but ends up being a free hit here for Brick Dragons as they lose possession.
And while the scoreline is 1-0, it does seem like the Jags definitely got an edge to them right now. And since the beginning of the game, really, looks like some big adjustments need to come out from the Dragons.
You know, they're still, you know, the Jags are still doing a pretty good job of maintaining possession down on the Dragon end of the field. Shot. Shot across the pass across the middle. Ball still moving across the goal. The Dragon defense does a nice job of.
And
lots of shade creeping in on that side of the field now as that sun's starting to drop below the trees behind us.
Jags still proceeding to put on almost all the pressure that hasn't really left their half since the beginning. But not much to show for it. Still 1-0, and that was scored, I believe, in the first quarter. As the Jags gonna be pushing down the side, looking to make a play in. But let's get the Jags are happy to play like this. They will continue to spend time on their half. Eventually, an opportunity will come knocking on their door, and they can increase their score. I mean, this is one of those sports where 2 goals is significantly better. Because points, especially in this matchup, points aren't coming often, but
no, and it only takes one. You know, it takes one opportunity, one breakaway, one mistake, and this game's tied up.
as the Jags kind of looking to make a play on the net. Haven't really been able to put up many shots, and the Dragons finally able to get some control. Gonna be looking to go for a few short passes, but Jags with possession, still here, trying to keep them away, try to keep up the pressure. 4 minutes left. Dragons starting to fight back a little bit here. Gonna see if they can make a play off of it. Believe that's gonna go down the side. And the Jags get a free hit down the field. And it'll go right back the other way. It's an interesting thing is that momentum can say one way the entire time, but it can switch on the blow of a whistle from the ref.
Oh, there you go. A little help from one of the dads. He hustled over there, threw that ball into play. Sign him up. And he didn't spill his Wawa coffee either. Good job. About 3 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. It's still a 1-0 game. There we go. Brick Township finally taking that opportunity to, nope. Oh, right off her head. Take a look at the replay there, see if we can see where. It could have been her shoulder there, Bri.
Yeah, and that's...
Take a quick look. Shoulder or head, I'm not sure. The replay could tell us the tail there. She's up, moving around, so.
Well, that's one of the things. While it is a rough sport, it does seem that there doesn't seem to be much injuries. I mean, it's not quite like soccer, where soccer there's a lot of diving and a lot of feet getting taken out from under people, and
yeah. I mean, those are the actual big things that go wrong. It looks like maybe sending her out for a quick look here, unless she's going into. Yep, sent her out.
And now the Jags gonna be looking to move down the field again, and they really just seem to be dominating down the sides. And when they get to the middle, that's where they get a little bit crossed up, and the Dragons are able to make a play on it, but they're really able to get it onto their half. And now it's hovering a little bit more towards the middle of the field. The Dragons starting to put on a lot more pressure, but not really close enough for it to be a threat against the Jags. So now the Dragons once again trying to make a play down the side, not able to get away with much. The Jags all fighting for it on the side. And the Dragons looking to make some on-field adjustments, a bunch of calls coming from the sidelines just to keep the fire going for them. And it's one of those things where it just seems like Jackson's playing a little bit faster, and it's a rough situation for the Dragons as, you know, it'll be, in 3 hours, it'll be easy for them to figure out what they should have done. But right now, it's
tough because really, you know, the Jags are just putting just the right amount of pressure to keep the ball out of that scoring run. There's 21 seconds left to go here, so there'll be a quick rush to get this ball away from this area.
And new pass on the side, but 7 seconds left. Probably not going to be able to do much. Dragons able to take control right before the clock goes out, and that one went a lot more to the middle. And we're going to take a look at that first goal that we weren't able to get a replay of at the time, and this has been one of the only opportunities there, and that was just a good shot.
Yeah, that was it. I mean, there really were. This was the most successful scoring opportunity. Not a ton of goals, no shot on goals today.
And
we're going to be entering that fourth quarter in just a few. Good opportunity for us to bring up a new JTV event that's going to be coming to us in a few weeks, in 3 weeks. JTV talked it over, and we decided we needed to do a little something to kick the school year off. So after a production meeting, they came up with an idea for a Halloween show. JTV's Halloween Spooktacular. It's going to be an evening of some music and dance. We'll have a costume contest as well, and we'll be doing this all outside on the stage outside of Jackson Liberty, right out there by the bus ramp on a stage.
And
there it is.
Of course, it's one of those interesting shows that, you know, you try it out. There's obviously going to be some kinks in the works, but those are the type of things that you try to work out before you start. And
yeah, and speaking of our crew working things out, there's Mr. Nope, that's actually Steve. There we go. There's the rest of the crew. That's Dylan on the left with Taylor. And I think that's Jacob, or that's Brian's clone. And Riley over there on the right. That's right.
yeah.
Oh, look at that. Well, the exposure wasn't the greatest on the bus. My apologies. I actually thought I nailed all the people that were on the bus.
You know, it was a close one. You've had better, you've had worse.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. Here we go. Underway here in the fourth quarter. Again, Jackson up 1-0 here in this key A-South matchup.
Jags starting out with the pressure already, and, you know, it's got to be one of those games that it's got to be kind of boring for the Jags keeper. I'm sure they wouldn't really want it any other way, but
probably I would have to guess that those goalkeepers are probably very happy on days like this. Though you never know, maybe they like the challenge.
You know, just standing there though. I mean,
Yeah.
especially some. You know, there are some competitive people out there that they don't want to win if they're just standing there. That doesn't mean much to them. And
yeah, I don't think they've had a shot on goal yet.
no, I don't think so.
I don't think so. So again, that Jaguar offense just keeping so much pressure on the brick defense that not a whole lot of activity going on that side of the field. But the fourth quarter is always that quarter where teams tend to pull all the stops out. So
and it looks like a few of the team captains have been either subbed out of the game or penned out of the game and are standing on the sidelines yelling instructions. And, you know, And hearing what they're saying, a lot of it is right. There doesn't seem to be much coordination across the team, and it's an interesting. This game has gotten a lot louder in the past 3 minutes, I would say.
It has. Like I said, I think the fourth quarter always it brings out that that competitive streak in you because that ball going to go across the middle. Goalkeeper does a nice job shot, and that is going nowhere. That's gonna looks like it's gonna be a free hit here for the Brick Dragons. Nice job of keeping them out of the goal there. Take a look. We got a replay of that last shot on goal. You can see that ball kind of travels across the goal. Goalkeeper pulls, comes out, gets in a foot race, and does a pretty good job of preventing that ball from going into the goal.
And that's another thing. I mean, goalies do tend to be sometimes bigger people, but especially when you have all the padding on, you can just stand in the way.
Yeah, you can look very tall. Absolutely. I haven't seen too many super short goalkeepers.
Yeah.
You wouldn't put me in the goal, that's for sure. Oh, that ball's going to come across the middle. The beautiful block there by 99. Goalkeeper Penelope Wynn comes up with a kick save. Nice job. Trying to keep the Jags, keep this to a one-score game. And it looks like a Jaguar corner here. Gets it to the middle. And lots of defense converging. Here's that important transition game when you go from defense to offense. Try to send that one up the line. No, whistle goes off, and that ends up being looks like a Dragon free kick, unless we're back in the corner. Yeah, that's what it looks like, Dragon free kick. Or free hit, I'm sorry. And that one didn't travel very far. Goalkeeper comes out, Win with another save. Penelope under a lot of pressure the last couple of minutes, rising to the occasion with another kick save.
Yeah, and that's one critique that you could come away with for the Jags is their shots haven't entirely been that threatening.
But yeah, I mean, they're well defended by Win, that's for sure. Another Jaguar corner. Creating that scoring opportunity. Feeds it to the short person, back to the middle. And some good solid defense there.
And now maybe some movement downfield on a Dragon hit. As the Dragons looking to get back into this, finally some offensive pressure. We'll continue to go for the Dragons, and on a close one, it looks like they'll be able to get some pressure back.
Memorial heading back down towards the field.
When you get a chance.
And of course, you're back on the game.
Hey guys, so we've got an activity going on here at Memorial called the Color Puff. It's $10 to run, $5 to throw a balloon or spectate. That's on September 26th. So come and get your Color Puff on. And like I said, $10 to run. Of course, the money being raised for the Jackson Drama Club. And back in action here. Color Puff. Trying to figure out why it's called a Color Puff.
Because Powder Puff was taken.
Oh.
And
Oh, okay. My producer just clarified us here. The show they're doing is called Puffs. So they're apparently putting colored liquid in the balloon and throwing them, hence the term Color Puff. There it is.
and back to the game, even though it is 1-0, you gotta feel like the Jags.
Yeah,
they're not running away with it, but they're showing no signs of stopping.
No, and again, the second half has gone pretty much the way we felt like the first half went, which was the Jags just applying a good amount of offensive pressure and really not giving that Dragon offense a chance to get anything positive going here.
And the Jags, they're probably gonna they'd look to put on more shots. You'd hope that they'd put on more shots because in a game like this, maybe not against the Dragons, but against some of the other teams, they will punish you by the fact that they weren't able to get many shots.
Goalkeeper Penelope Wynn, though, having herself a really good second half here. Some pretty big shots on goal for her here in the Dragon goal and doing a nice job defending it. Here we see another scoring opportunity with a corner here for the Jags. Shot's going to go. Another shot on goal. Well defended again with the kick save.
And, this is one of those games that the Dragon goalkeeper can come out of this. Say, we did get the win, but it's a pretty solid play. I mean, they let one in, but on that one, it was a great cross and a good shot.
Yeah, it was just well executed. I mean, sometimes you can't stop every goal from going in the goal. There's just, you can't.
Oh, and I mean, Jackson's playing offense is the best defense, and
another good kick save.
And
I'm beginning to wonder if Wynn's a martial artist as well, Brian.
and it's
Pretty good shot there. It's going to come through.
and
Another kick save.
yeah, it's one of those things in practice. You probably takes 100 shots coming in from a bunch of different people. Goalkeeping is one of those things that practicing, well, not easy to do. You could always find a way to do it. I mean, grab any player on your team and tell them to take some shots on you, and you're both getting better out of it. But
For sure. Well, again, Wynn having a really good fourth quarter here, keeping this game just a one-game score. Back to school nights happening this week and last week here at Jackson School District. I know Jackson Liberty has back to school night this Thursday, same as Jackson Memorial. Parents, Jackson, the back to school night is in person, so you'll get a chance to meet with your child's teachers in person. Another sense of some type of normalcy here. Jackson School District's working real hard to move forward in these trying times.
Brick finally able to get some control, and it'll go So right back the other way. About 3:30 left in this game, and Brick, they really haven't shown us much to push it forward. But at the end of the first half, they were able to put on a little bit of offense, a little bit of pressure, so they might be able to do it.
Yeah, this fourth quarter rather, has been pretty much all Jaguar offense here. Really just keeping pressure on the whole time. Again, that Brick defense bending but not breaking all day long. Just a 1-0 game here. Folks at home have been watching this one. You could feel the Jags dominating this game, but just a 1-0 lead.
And once again, another corner coming for the Jags. They're going to go for a pass to the outside, but just took a little bit too long. The Dragons are going to be back. They still might be able to put on a shot. Good pass towards the middle.
That's a free hit here for the Bricktown. Going to try and bring this ball down the field. Both teams know now, with just 2 minutes left to go, Brick's going to have to do something drastic to try and get something going offensively. Well, they're closing in. It's not quite that time yet. And we're anticipating that. Oh, well defended there. And this is going to be another. Looks like another corner. Another Jag corner. Just a minute and 5 seconds left. Shot on goal. Nope, it's stopped.
And
45. The clock's still running, folks. 45 seconds left, and another Jaguar corner. I think the clock's just going to run out here.
And coming in on a corner now.
Take a look at that, and you can see the ball deflected. And we're back live. Shot on goal, and it's going to go wide.
And, you know, a good save attempt there by Wynn. That wasn't, shot went wide anyway, but.
Yeah, I think she
good
did a
attempts.
split, too, in the process, but
Yeah,
could be wrong. See here, and the clock is going to run out on this Brick Township offense here.
and, you know,
And that's the game.
the Jags just stepping on the gas, never really letting go, only able to score once, which is interesting how you could spend this entire game, and if they weren't quite able to get that one, it would be really a different game.
Yeah, it could still be a 0-0 game, but as we take a look here, both teams played a pretty solid game. Again, that was the Jaguar offense really just kept the pressure on pretty much the entire game, but a close game. So final score here at Jackson Memorial, we've got the Jackson Jaguar varsity field hockey team 1 and the Brick Dragons 0. That's all we have for the JTV game of the week. Brian, thanks for sitting in on this one with me.
Yeah, and you know, it was a really interesting game. You know, I'd like to see a little bit more action, but as always, I'm Brian Martingano.
Hey, and I'm Harry Ferone, representing, by the way, my Lucasfilm 50 year. See you later.